Hello. Hello, you guys. What's up? Boy, you know, this is just later on that night. It's getting kind of late. But, you know, that one where I'm going to have to start acting holy, that's crazy. You don't know about me acting holy. Most of the time, these things, when it comes down to giving you some kind of advice on, about yourself and stuff like that, it's really just, you're not allowed to touch anything unholy while you're in the situation. And that means basically that you're not in any of your skin, you know? It's the whole point. It's crooked. How does this work? Does that look straight? Uh, I got a crooked nose, crooked something or another, but I can't see it. I'm dyslexic. I just can't be bothered. Unless it's God. All right, well, hey, you guys, welcome. I want to talk to you about a house divided against itself cannot stand. All right, it's not so hard to say. That's where this little thing comes from. It's a famous Bible quote, and of course they use it for all kinds of things. And when it comes down to a house that's divided, if you were to think about the outside version of this Bible, what you get is you get the male and female role, as the female is the has to do this and the male has to do that, and of course it's played down so much that the female, is, you know has to submit to the male. That's how it works. All right. But when it comes down to the energy of the female side of our minds, she is not allowed to interfere. Just this higher intelligence is not allowed to interfere with the male mind unless it asks. And we learned this a lot through that story where uh, the one with what's his name, Solomon, the Song of Solomon, where this woman, his love of his life, would be praying for him and wanting to meet him and stuff like that. She gets just so close to his face or something like that, and then next thing you know, he's gone. He's gone. He's disappeared back into the city. He'd rather be with those little trollops down in the valley. And in the process of doing that, when she finally finds him, he's knocked out, he's unconscious. And of course, that just plays along with the story pretty well. And she tells her maidens, that they are not allowed to wake him unless he please. And that's the way it works. She cannot wake him unless he asks for it. And she, just sits around waiting for him to ask for it, and it never happens. It's a beautiful story of a love affair that never gets brought to life. And of course, most of all of these stories that we find with the Bible, and through Cinderella and these other stories that we find this code in, are about finding your long lost love and living forever. And to believe, that, hey, it's not this fairy tale romance that we got us hooked on. It's a romance with yourself. It's learning how to have this love for yourself. It's just set up to where you have to hate yourself first. You have to come to a point where you absolutely hate who you are. And it could take several lifetimes for you to do that, because I meet people that they're just such great lives and great people and have been great times, that their family is not going to put out any failed children, and they have to, the salvation that they have to go through is like, oh my God, how far, you know, that's how it works. The meek only get this new earth. All right. If you're having a great time, you don't need a new earth. You don't need a new heaven or anything like that. You know, it's only for those people that are down low. You know, and remember, you know, our friend Moses is the meekest man on earth, of by far the most meekest man on earth. That does not make him a leader. It does not do any of those things. It means he's one of those guys that submits. And he submits. He gives in and says, "God help me." That's what it means. That's basically the meek. God help me. In all these beautiful stories, it all comes down to God help me. And that's a confession of the lips, you know. Even when in the St. Christopher story, it's when he gets ready to slip while he's carrying the Christ child across the water over to the other side, does this, you know, while the baby's getting super heavy, and he's climbed up on the guy's shoulder and stuff, and then he begins to slip. It's like, oh my God. And he's delivered. It's just that beautiful. The house divided against itself, it comes into the world already divided. You know, it's just a shame that that's the way it has to happen. But it's one of those things that gives us this growing pains and makes us learn and become this person that we were supposed to become. And whether it be a good guy or a bad guy, and the goddamn airplanes. Well, that'll eat up my time. But anyways, what I found out was that all I have are 10-minute segments on this new loop for some reason. So, you know, all my stories are going to be at least 10 minutes long. And that's as far as I can go with it. All right. Until I learn how to push a button, make it a little longer. But right now, this is the way it is. And I kind of like this challenge. Maybe I'll shut up some, you know, put out more. But yeah, so the house divided against itself is this one thing that, you know, the female side is this idea that, you know, it has to submit it. You know, it's the thing when you finally hook up with the mother side and this wisdom side. It's a beautiful thing that will happen to you. Um, but the idea is that, you know, this doesn't happen. This is not here until you get to learn who you are. You go grow your hair and have a good old time, you know, and go downhill, go prostitute yourself out, go and do all this business, go and live life. And when you've had enough, it's time to come home. Now, you don't need all this hemming and hawing and all this stuff. You don't need to listen to any of this jubilees and judgment days and stuff like that. We already know all it takes to do to get up into heaven is to sit still and bring this little child of yours to life. That's how it works, you know. And we don't see anything that happens. We just have to believe in it. And of course, when it comes down to it, you know, it's in our faith, you know, faith and works. All right. Yeah, we got some mangoes falling. All right, listen, this is the end of this lesson. Best to you guys. Remember, a house divided against itself cannot stand. And did you know that a devil, when it's divided against itself and it raises against itself, he can't stand either, and his days are numbered. Stand up against yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy this new life. Adios, amigos. We've only got about 48 seconds. Best to you guys. Really. Truly, I love you. All right. Mm,